Hey guys, welcome to my shop. It's a little bit messy, but make yourselves at home. This is the first video I've ever done, and but I think it's going to be worth your while. This is a project I just completed for a friend of mine who is a classical guitarist and performer, just like myself. He gets a lot more gigs, but anyway, he wanted me to install a pickup on his classical guitar, so he doesn't have to mic every time he has a gig. For the convenience of being able to just plug the guitar directly into an amplifier and not having to adjust the microphone stand and all of that. So what he bought is a K&K Sound Pure Classic microphone, which is a four-head piezo ceramic transducer pickup. I have no idea what the hell that is, but I figured out how to install it. Now the directions in this call for something different, but I came up with a system that I thought really worked well. I actually kind of surprised myself. So I want to explain to you what I did, so come closer and I'll show you. All right. This is his guitar. I don't want to go into the anatomy of the instrument, but this is the bridge, and in the bridge is a slot where the saddle sits, and the saddle is where the strings rest. And so that's a very sensitive, very critical area of the instrument. That's where the vibrations of the strings are transmitted into the soundboard, and the whole soundboard membrane resonates to produce the sound. What I did, okay, so the four nodes of the this is the what the pickup unit is. There are four nodes that have to be placed underneath the bridge on the underside of the soundboard, directly under the saddle. Now, the only way to access that area is by shoving my hand into the sound hole and positioning the transducer pickups individually. Now that's very difficult, and if I have my arm in the guitar, there's no way I could insert a mirror in there and a light to see where I'm actually positioning the pickups. So it could be it could be a rough estimate, and it could be an inaccurate placement, which could affect the sound. Anyway, so what I did for a system of actually applying the pickups to the soundboard is I took a block of wood. This is the complete system. But I took a block of wood that's about 3/4 inches wide by about, I don't know, it's probably 3.5, but it's roughly the length of the actual saddle, with a little bit of space on either side. So it's a little bit larger, actually, than the saddle, the length of the saddle. And then I sketched out the area where the saddle rests, which is about 1 centimeter wide. I made a center line which represents the saddle itself. And then I made a series of parallel lines that are spaced exactly like the strings are spaced. So those actually represent the strings themselves. Now, the directions say one of the pickup nodes needs to go between the A and D string, and another between the G and B string, and then the others for each of the E strings. So I drilled holes exactly in those areas, one between those two lines that represent the A and D strings, one between the G and B, and then one exactly in the middle of either of the E strings. And I fed 4 1/4-inch dowels through those holes. Well, what's this for? Okay, the actual the transducers go on the tips of these using weak double-sided tape. So that keeps them on the tips of these dowels. Then, using 2 register holes, after removing the saddle, 2 register holes about 1/16 of an inch wide. So I took a drill bit and I drilled two holes at the very ends of where the saddle will rest. Register holes will help guide this unit into place. Exactly in the same areas on this block, I drilled two larger holes. Now, why? Well, I could take two 16th inch rods, which I happen to have. I was lucky. They're just two 16th inch thick brass rods, which I feed through the holes, right? Feed them through. And then I take this with the unit, taped onto it, and I insert it into the instrument. I align with my fingers. I align these rods with the holes here, and like so. Now imagine this is actually under the saddle now and is no longer visible, but so it would go in like that and actually align with the holes in the bridge and through the sound hole, keeping the block parallel to the soundboard. And so in this way, with my hand, I can guide the unit up against the soundboard and then micro adjust it by pushing these dowels up. There's no room for error with the application of these pickups. So these needed to be exactly flat against the soundboard, and crazy glue is used to actually apply them. So it's a permanent bond. So I only had one chance, so I took a couple practice rolls and it worked, and they aligned, and then all I had to do after that is make a 1/2 inch hole here, centered, for the output jack, or the what's called an end pin jack. This is where the a cord is put into here and into the amplifier to amplify the instrument. Anyway, that was the most interesting part about that was just this block, which proved to be so very useful in this project, and it landed the notes exactly where I needed them, and the instrument came to life and sounded great, amplified. So a cool trick to use if you have such a project you need to work on. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There might be more videos like this later on. So thanks. Ciao.